So whilst editing the video, I realised that I hadn't even filmed an intro for this segment of the vlog. So this is the intro to the vlog. It may be a bit chaotic because I tend to forget to record things quite a bit, but I'll try and keep it somewhat organised. So hopefully you enjoy. You'll probably hear more of my voiceovers over the top just to go for a deeper dive into the mazes. But yeah, fingers crossed you enjoy this video.
Abide by the following rules, or the crown of Chertsey Abbey will curse you too. This walkthrough scare zone contains no turning back, so enter at your own risk. Don't go looking for them.
Scariest crowd of them all! Oh, that's creepy. I don't like that. Oh my god. Well, that's creepy. Oh. Oh my god. That is cool. Oh my god! Oh. Oh. Oh my god! We wanted a night ride on Hyperion. We just come out of our run through Stitches. Yes. And it was, I mean, not as good as Deadbeat, but still like an 8 out of 10. It was so good, seriously. No regrets. No. We were going to go for a Hyperion night ride, which we still are.
Yeah,
but
we're now rushing down to Hyperion to try and get a night ride.
Literally, we seen the queue and we thought, no, we're going to go in. And there was a group of like 8 of us, which is insane. We just kind of waited back from the rest of them. Which was lovely because it meant that we got so many interactions in there, which is the best thing. It's what you want really when you're going for a scare maze. Well worth the 10 quid that we spent for sure. It was amazing. I can't wait for tomorrow now, to be honest with you. It's great.
I'm so excited to do them all.
Literally, yeah, it's gonna be nuts. I will update you guys pretty much after we've had a Hyperion night ride because that's probably gonna be the last thing of tonight. I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my voice from screaming. It's been so good today, seriously. And I'm also out of breath now because this hill is massive. I'll get some off-ride shots and pop them in for you guys. And then I'll talk to you after we get off Hyperion. Whoa! Go on that side for me. We're about to go through for his first run through of Deadbeat, my second. And we believe that we spotted Jack, Archie, who else in front of us?
Eves, I think.
Eves, yeah. So we think that we spotted those 3 in front of us. So, I mean, maybe we can get a run through with those. That'd be pretty cool for a first run through, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Bosh! We did spot them. We were too late. It was pretty cool. It sounds cool. It's weird being back in this like whole area, to be honest with you. I'm expecting it to be pretty good though, so I'll let you guys know what we think of it when we come out. We just had our walkthrough of Deadbeat. His first time, my second time. My opinion of that has drastically changed since the first time they went through it. We were at the front of the group actually, which made it 10 times better, I think. it was insane. I mean, my second run through of that, I give that a solid 9 out of 10. That got so many screams out of me. It was so good. What do you think?
To be honest, it's surprising because I've heard a lot of, not negative, but very like mixed reviews.
Yeah, definitely.
People are saying it's really good, the other people are saying it's quite bad. And
yeah.
I mean, you said it wasn't.
I said it wasn't too great, to be fair, but
on your first run through.
I completely changed my opinion there.
But there are so many rooms in there. You go through, I think, multiple rooms twice. I don't really know. I didn't really know where I was for most of it.
Yeah.
The actors in there, incredible. The smell was incredible.
The weird demon things really freak out.
Vampire
I mean, the normal party goers, like, they were fine. Like, they weren't very scared.
They got some good ones.
Like, there were some good jump out moments.
Very good
really
scares
jump out moments. But the weird, like, demon vampire things at the end were creepy as hell, man. Seriously. But I think that the issue with any Merlin maze, right, is that how good your run through is determined on where you are in the group and how many there is in your group. So if you're at the front of your group, you're going to get scares, right? If you're towards the back, you'll probably get some scares. But if you're in a group of 15 people and you're in the middle, it's just not going to be scary at all because you're going to see the scares before they come. I think the reason I didn't like that one when I last did it was because my run through, I was in the middle of the group with a very screamy sort of group, which is fine, obviously, they're enjoying it, but they screamed, I knew that the scares were coming, but this time we were both at the front of the group, and it was 10 times better for me, because I had no idea where anything was, because nobody screamed before us, so as soon as it got to us, it was like freaky as hell, and I think that at next year's Scarefest and Fright Nights, I'd like to see smaller group sizes go through. Even if that means bigger queues, I think it would be much more beneficial. Or even on quieter days, just send through smaller groups. Because we had a quiet day today, and they sent through a group of like, what, 12, like 14 of us?
To be honest, yeah.
There's way too many people going in there, and there's not even a queue for it. So you could hold people up an extra 5 minutes to give them a better experience. Especially if you're paying £8 to £10 for a ticket. I mean, at Towers as well, £12 for a ticket, and then you get a bad walkthrough because you're in the middle of the group. It's not very good. I think this is why people are opting out of sort of Merlin's events and going to other scare events this year because they're a lot less strict on the group sizes. The group sizes would be a lot smaller when going through. So, have you got anything to add to that, or is that
just
yeah? We're talking
I
about.
don't really know what to say.
Yeah, we're talking about Deadbeat, and I've gone off on a tangent here, but yeah, it's what it is. I still love Deadbeat. 9 out of 10 for me. Solid 9 out of 10.
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
Bash.
Hi guys, it's me again. I told you that I'd put a little voiceover in at the end of it. I just wanted to talk through the 2 mazes that we didn't talk about, being survival games, which we did do that night, and trailers, which we actually did twice, as well as Deadbeat and Stitches. So for me, I don't need to say anything else about Stitches. Stitches is one of my favourite mazes of all time. But again, like I said, with the Deadbeat maze, and this goes for trailers and even survival games as well, the group sizes that 4% of people through in are way too big. Way too big. I mean, how are you going to get scared when you're at the back of a group of 14 people? You're just not going to get scared, are you? And then you're going at their pace, and it can take the whole element of like the surprises and jump outs and scares away from you, which is the main issue for all of the mazes, I think, because trailers, we had an absolutely awesome run through. We kind of waited towards the back before the rest of the group went through, so we were kind of by ourselves. And some of the set pieces in there, the scenery, the lighting, the smells, like everything was amazing. The actors on point as well. The only maze that I think is genuinely not a very good maze is survival games, unfortunately. It just hasn't changed much at all since last year. I liked the start where you get dragged into a cage, kind of taken away after the guy's been electrocuted in his chair. And then the first little bit, the first corridors are quite well themed, but as soon as you get out into the actual maze, it's just not very scary. There's not much theming, it's not scary, there's nothing jumping out at you. There's just these people with plastic wooden bats coming after you with some blood over their face. It's not the best thing ever. I really don't think it's that intense. And considering they say it's one of the most intense mazes there, I would completely disagree with that. I think that Deadbeat and Stitches are way worse, and then Trailers is like a decent sort of start. But I wouldn't be sad to see survival games go. As far as the other 3 things that you can do with It 4D and the Crows and Walking Meadow and all the shows that you had, the shows were insane. I mean, I could have watched them multiple times. You had a fire show, some people throwing knives at each other and that, which was insane. One of the shows I didn't get to watch was the I think it's the Creatures Campus people, Snakes and Vampires or something like that, over by Stealth. I didn't get to watch that, unfortunately, as I just never had time to get around to go there and watch it. But I watched it 4D, and that was questionable. I wouldn't recommend wasting your time watching it. It's basically just a film with a couple of chair shakes and some water sprayed at you, basically. Felt like a bit of a waste of time, especially if you're there on a busy day as well. Alongside that, the Crows and Walking Meadow are obviously one of my favourite scare zones. I mean, in the park, especially when they're going around roaming as well. Oh, it's one of the best things ever. It's so good, seriously, so bloody good. And I think that if they took away survival games, replaced that with a decent / better maze, then it'd be quite nice to have a scare zone over on the Swarm Island, like they did with the invasion. So they have some aliens and things like that roaming around. I have no idea how long ago it was now, but seeing something like that over there again, like they're doing with the Phalanx guards over at Towers, would be really cool. I will do a sort of deeper dive into this whole thing at some point in the future. So if you are interested in that, then just leave a comment on anything that you do want to deep dive into, and I will look into it for you. And thank you for watching, guys.